What is going on, everyone? Israel back here with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the semi-final matches. We obviously got 4 teams left, so let's just get right into this video. So starting off with the first game, we had the United States versus Cuba. This was a dominating game. The United States won 14-2 against Cuba. Kind of dominated the whole game. It looked pretty rocky in the first inning. Cuba was able to get the first run off 3 infield hits, so that was pretty bad for the United States defense. Wainwright was not looking good in the defense realm in that first inning. But after that, they kind of blew the game open every inning. I mean, they pretty much scored throughout the whole innings. I mean, they scored 2 runs in the first, they scored another one in the second, and they scored 2 runs through the third, the fourth, the fifth. They scored 4 runs in the sixth, and then 1 in the eighth. So they won 14-2 off 14 hits. Cuba had 12 hits as well, but just weren't really able to get anything, done with most of those hits. They had a lot of opportunities, but nothing was really able to get through for them. So that's kind of unfortunate. They kind of had the same amount of hits, and they scored like almost triple the runs. So kind of unfortunate for Cuba on that, on that side. But once again, this is the farthest they've got since 2006. So once again, the farthest they've got till now. So the Cuba team's looking really well. We'll say they bounce back in 2026 just because, it's going to take a minute till we get to the next one. But maybe they can make this comeback again. But yeah, overall, they didn't really look really well in the pitching realm. The 4 days off, the jet lag maybe got to them. Not really sure for Cuba what was going on there, but the hitting looked well from them. They just really couldn't get really anything done on some key opportunities. Then for the U.S., they played back-to-back games, obviously, so the pitching was very limited for them. I think they only had like 3 or 4 pitchers remaining because if you pitch one day, you can't pitch the next day. So yeah, they had kind of a tough situation with that one. But they were able to get the job done, hit really well. They pitched really well. Wainwright did a really good job after that first inning. And then Michaelis came in from the Cardinals. He pitched really well. He pitched 4 innings as well. He had 1 extra hit and 1 run and a couple more strikeouts, and then Luke finished the game. So only used 3 pitchers in this one. Looked pretty solid for the U.S. Honestly, this team's looking really good going into this final. So the United States is going to go into the final. They obviously are going to play the winner of our next semifinal match, which we'll talk about in a moment. And Cuba is going to bow out probably at the 4th place. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's off the run differential for the 3rd and 4th place. But we'll wait and see, who actually is going to, obtain that one because they don't declare it as soon as they declare as soon as the tournament's over. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, this was a dominating game by the U.S. I mean, the highlights were just crazy. I mean, they were just hitting the ball consistently. So it's pretty hard to stop this team. So overall, I mean, this team is so good. I mean, the all-star lineup that this team has is actually insane. I mean, he had multiple guys. I mean, Betts was 3 for 6. Trout was 1 for 5. Obviously, Mullins had the home run at the end of the game. I mean, Arenado did get hurt in this one. He had a pitch inside on his hand, but the x-rays were negative, so it's not broken. Don't know if he's going to play in the championship anymore. I'm not really sure. Bobby Witt Jr. did replace him in the game, so maybe he'll start for the final matchup. But obviously, Arenado went 2 for 3. Goldschmidt went 2 for 5. So the guys really played out well. Schwarber had a tough night. He had 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and then struck out. So kind of unfortunate for him. Then Smith was 1 for 4. He looked really good behind the plate. Alonso 1 for 4 as the DH. So pretty solid on the United States side. But once again, Cuba hit really well too. Obviously on the Cuba side, they hit really well too. They had 12 hits in this game. So it's kind of hard for them because they just didn't really score, but they hit the ball really well. So kind of sucks. There was multiple doubles throughout this game. I mean, Luis Robert and Moncada, they played well. Both had 2 hits in the night. The right fielder Gilbert was, he had 3 hits, 4 at bats, so he was looking solid. Yeah, just couldn't really get anything done. Kind of unfortunate for Cuba in this one. But let's just get right into the next game. So going on to our last game here, we have Japan versus Mexico. This one was a crazy one. Japan was able to win this one 6-5. Overall, I mean, Japan looked really good and really shaky at the same time. I mean, the first 6 innings, they didn't score at all, and they had a lot of opportunities to. So it kind of sucks. They were able to come back in the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. So let's start off with Mexico, though. They go up 3 in the 4th inning. It looked really well. The first 3 frames, we didn't have any runs. The 4th, we had a couple of scoring, and then that was it till the 7th. So they put up 3 in that 4th inning. They looked really solid for most of this game. I mean, there was a lot of highlights in this one. The Randy Rosarena catch, obviously, in his double. I mean, that was massive for this squad. Mexico did look really good in honestly this whole game, and I'm really surprised that they choked this lead, but we'll see. It's just crazy as we go on. Padres had a game. He was 3 for 4. I mean, Urias obviously had the home run, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, so he was looking solid. I mean, Verdugo had that massive double, so a lot of guys hit really well on Mexico's side. And even for Japan, I mean, everyone I think had a hit, except for Lars Newbar. He went 0-4. I mean, obviously Otani had the big double. Yoshida was 3 for 4 in this game. Okamoto obviously had the big base hit. to walk it off. So absolutely insane game from both of these squads. I mean, the World Baseball Classic is literally just getting better and better. I mean, every game I watch, it's literally the best tournament I think I've watched. So honestly, this thing has been insane. And, it's just been fun to watch the whole time. So, yeah, overall, I mean, the pitching for Japan, I mean, that pitcher for Japan was absolutely insane. I mean, he was really good on that mound. I mean, I've probably over like 80-something scouts to this game watching that one pitcher as well. And you're watching Team Japan in general. But, I don't know, apparently the rumors he might get signed pretty soon. But I don't know what his MPB contract is right now. So, probably he might come to the States soon. So, we got to watch out for him. A lot of these Japan guys are coming on over, which is pretty interesting. And, it depends who signs them because each team has their international money. So I don't really know who, has the most international money. Obviously, if they have a Japanese player. Like the Mets just signed that one pitcher from Japan who's on this team. Obviously Yoshida is on the Red Sox. Seiyu Suzuki on the Cubs. Otani on the Angels. So there's a couple teams like that where they probably can't get another international free agent just because of the money situation. But teams that don't have an international free agent could very likely get another one. I think the Royals have the most international money right now, so he could become a Royal, but I don't really know if he wants to. But interesting overall for his career and his future, seasons upcoming. We'll see if he goes into the MLB. Also, I don't know when his MVP contract. People were saying 2027, so gotta wait to see before he comes on over because he was looking really good in those first 4 frames. Obviously, he gave up the home run, which is his only downside, but overall, he looks really well. So shout out to him. For Mexico's side, I mean, the thing that sucks is Gallegos looked so good in this whole tournament, and he kind of blew it at the end, giving up those 2 runs. So, it's hard for him to say he was really bad. I mean, he really just had that one bad game. The other 2 games, he looked really good, and he was on his stuff. But, he just had that one bad, three batters, I guess you could say. So, kind of tough for him that he kind of blows the game for his country. But, yeah, I guess it is what it is. So, Japan ended up winning 6-5 in this game. They're going to play Team USA in the finals, which should be very exciting. Because this game, in my opinion, the USA versus Japan game, I mean, I think it will be one of the most watched games of all time. That's what a lot of the reporters were saying. That's what a lot of the people are thinking right now compared to the viewership between all the games in this whole tournament. People think this is going to be the most watched game. So, I know I'll be watching it. All my friends will be watching this one. So, we'll see what happens in this USA-Japan game because it's getting crazy. I mean, Japan, they could win a 3rd World Baseball Classic, which would be insane. They actually never lost in the finals either. USA could go on to defend their title and tie Japan for the most, countries won, I guess. So, pretty interesting. It's a pretty big game for both of these countries. But, yeah, excited to see that one tonight. But if you guys did enjoy this semifinals video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, we're covering all the games that we can on the World Baseball Classic. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.